Hey, this is Michael with digitaltshirtshop.com. So, yesterday I did a video saying that I was going to try to do some, uh, start trying to use some of the third party print companies, and spent a bunch of time last night looking through a bunch of the sites that are available. Some of the sites I looked at were Café Press, Zazzle, Spreadshirt, Threadless, Society6, Teespring, Screened, T-Chip, as well as some others. But those are kind of the ones that seem to fit. Some didn't fit the model that I was looking for. Some were just third party print on demand companies. But what I was looking for specifically was companies where I could upload the artwork and turn around and they had a marketplace to sell it and all of that stuff. So, and looking at it, Cafe Press. I'm not going to list anything on Cafe Press. Cafe Press does have a fixed commission side to it, but only your fixed commission is only fixed if you sell it in your own shop. I've had links pointing to my shop for years, and I don't generate anything off of that shop. So everything else that I make on Cafe Press is a 5% commission. I've deactivated quite a few accounts, so that they're not deactivated, but I've made them so they're not viewable in the marketplace. They're only viewable in the shop format. And still, even with all the stuff I have on Cafe Press, this year so far, I've only made $100. I mean, really, only $100. Part because I've taken so much out of the marketplace, but still, even if I left all of that stuff in the marketplace, I'm only making 5% on it. If I leave it in the marketplace and I'm making 5% on it, I feel like the possibilities are that it's going to be purchased there versus purchased from me, or purchased there versus purchased through another site that I have some of that art on, and I'm just missing out on the sales. I'm kind of cutting myself off at the knees because of the amount of marketing that they do to push people to their marketplace, and the 5% is just not worth it to me. I looked at Zazzle. Now Zazzle was a little bit different. It seems as though it's a decent platform. The problem is setting it up. I've got to, going in and setting up a whole new shop and everything. To me, it appears as though they have a number of layers of approvals that you've got to go through, and they kind of try to get you to cap the percent at a certain amount. And in order to get my shop actually even showing up, I've got to add like 10 designs and have 10 categories and all of these things that, in order to get my shop up to the level that they want my shop to be. I'm going to go ahead and list things on Zazzle because it has a little bit larger commission structure to it, a more lucrative commission structure to it than Cafe Press did. But I'm still not super pleased with it. Spreadshirt, I was very impressed with. Now, I've been listing a few things on Spreadshirt lately, but it was on an existing account, and today I went in and set up a whole new account for Digital T-Shirt Shop, and I was very impressed with how it walked you through the process. Now, The commission structure was decent. You can get paid based on the art, you get paid based on the product. So there's some multiple benefits, multiple ways to get paid. They do try to cap you, get you to stay under a certain amount on the art, $3. So if somebody uses the design, they want to cap it at $3, but you also get paid on the product. And they try to kind of encourage you to. Well, actually, I think what it was they have a straight 20%, if I remember right, a straight 20% on the product, and then the more you sell, the larger percent you can get, which I thought was actually really good compared to Cafe Press, which stays at 5%. So. Unless you're now the Cafe Press thing's funny. I didn't look into it a whole lot just now, but in the past when I was really active on it a couple of years ago, they changed it was a flat 10%, and then it became, if you're not active, it'll drop to 5%, and the active was you had to be posting every month or every couple of months, you had to be liking other people's stuff, and other people had to be liking you, and you had to kind of be involved in order to maintain that 10%. And I'm looking at it going, well, this takes time. And it's not time that I want to spend on it. So I'm not going to put the time and the effort into doing that. So then there was Threadless that looked okay. Society6. Society6 was it's kind of interesting. It seems a little bit more of an artsy website. They gave the impression that they had an approval process to set up an account. I didn't actually jump through the hoops to set it up because honestly, as I looked at it and I went to the website, and people may be more familiar with Society6 than I am, you don't hit the website and it feel like a shopping place. It feels kind of more like an art store. I don't know, or you could get your art printed type store. Not, I don't know. It's just kind of weird, I guess. It didn't really thrill me, I guess. Teespring seemed pretty decent, except when you set up products, and I did go through and I set up a product. It only gave you one color option. You could only set it up. You put your design on, pick one color, and you put it up, and it goes into their marketplace. You can set the fixed commission on it, but it is set up a lot more for a campaign where it runs for a specific amount of time, but you can set it up so that it renews that campaign over and over and over again. And you can set how many shirts you think you're going to sell and all those things, which, I mean, to a degree doesn't necessarily fit what I want to do, but if it would renew over and over again after so many days, it's not necessarily that bad of a deal. Screened.com had some similarities to that in that you could set a fixed commission, but you could only put it on one color at a time. It didn't seem to give you color options for placing that you pick the design and you can pick what color shirt you want. You had to, was it the artist, I guess, pick the shirt color with the design combination, and that's what they had the option to buy. And I did set up a shirt on there as well as Teespring. And T-Chip, I like T-Chip a lot, but T-Chip is, and it's easy to use, it's pretty much a campaign option, and really seems to only work exclusively with short run campaigns that you do the Facebook advertising and push everybody to that link in order to buy that particular design that you have. So that really didn't interest me for this. So kind of as I move forward, I might put a few more designs on Screened, on Teespring. I'm probably going to avoid Society6. I might put a few more things on Threadless. I'll definitely put more on Spreadshirt. And I'll put more on Zazzle, and I'm going to avoid Cafe Press. I'd say the one that I like the most, just from what I walked through, seemed to be Spreadshirt. But we'll see. So I'll get putting some more stuff on. We'll see if we generate some sales. I'm gonna put the same designs on each of these sites to kind of see, it's kind of a test to see what sells and how much revenue we generate based on the sales that we're making on each site. So maybe a couple weeks down the road, I'll do another video talking about this to kind of see where we're at and see if we sold anything. I'm not going to do any type of advertising to push people into this site to actually buy anything, or these sites to buy anything. Aside from this video, yeah, really not gonna push anything like that. I might put in the description of this video, put the links to them, but I just kind of want to see what they do, want to see what they naturally generate, want to see what that site kind of does to pull people in and generate sales, and we'll see what happens. So that's kind of where I think I'll put the focus, and we'll see if it generates anything. We'll see if it's worth putting some more time and effort into it based on whether we generate some income from it, and hopefully not being spread out too much or putting them in too many places. Hopefully that doesn't decrease the effectiveness of it. I kind of have this feeling that there are a lot of people out there, a lot of people buying all around the world, and having 6 websites that it's sold on, and being basically a name that nobody knows, it really shouldn't hurt us having that design in multiple places. Thinking that people might cross paths with that design on multiple websites seems a little bit unlikely to me. I mean, it's possible, but it doesn't seem super likely to me. So, and then also I didn't put merch by Amazon on here because I still don't have an account. I still don't even know. I mean, I've watched some YouTube videos on how it functions, but I still don't have an account, so there's not really much I can do with that until I have an account, and we'll see what happens if we ever get an account. If we do, I'll put it on there too. So, all right. Don't forget to subscribe. Would love to have you follow us. Thanks.